Today, we're going to take a look at the Capital One Venture X credit card, which is often regarded as one of the best credit cards out there focused on elevated travel. But now in 2024, there are so many other great credit cards out there. The question then becomes, is the Venture X still worth getting or even carrying if you already have it? With that being said, let's now take a look at the Capital One Venture X credit card. The first thing that you should know about this card is that it has a $395 annual fee. Admittedly, that is a pretty steep fee to carry on a credit card. However, right away, we're going to get $400 of value through statement credits and a ton of other value that we'll see later on with the credit card. But before diving into those statement credits, I do first want to take a look at the sign-up bonus for the credit card. Right now, at the time of filming, if you spend $4,000 in the first 3 months of carrying this credit card, you can earn back 75,000 Capital One miles. This is valued around $750 cash back. But going back over to the credit card, let's now take a look at where you're going to be able to get value with those statement credits that will essentially wipe away the annual fee. So each year you carry the credit card, you are going to receive a $300 annual travel credit. Now, odds are if you do get this credit card, you're going to be doing a lot of traveling as it is a premium travel focused credit card. So I view that as $300 you would have spent, which just wipes away the fee. You're also going to receive $100 through Global Entry or TSA PreCheck. Now this is going to be every 4 years, so I view it as $25 per year. Another perk about this card, each year that you do hold it, Capital One is going to gift you 10,000 extra miles as an anniversary gift. This is valued at around $100 cash back. With this credit card, you're going to have access to the Capital One Lounge Collection at over 1,300 airports worldwide. This is going to let you kick back in between your flights. You're also going to receive access to the Capital One network of their transfer partners. We're going to talk more about those later. But to put a value on that lounge access, other companies like Chase or American Express value this at around $400 to $500. So we're going to assume the same thing here with the Capital One card. There are going to be some lodging benefits in which you will receive a $100 experience credit, as well as daily breakfast for two. There's going to be a $50 experience credit with the Lifestyle Collection at hotels worldwide. For our rental cars, you're going to have an upgraded status with Hertz that will allow you to skip the lines and also get some free complimentary upgrades with your cars. There's going to be an auto rental damage collision waiver included with this credit card. Capital One is going to provide their smart booking, and if you find a better rate somewhere else, Capital One will match you on that rate. When it comes to your dining and entertainment, you're going to have some exclusive Capital One offers. This is going to include some exclusive reservations or some pre-ticket sales for some entertainment. You'll have access to Capital One Entertainment and be able to earn 5 times miles on all purchases with that. You're going to have a complimentary prior subscription valued at $149 each year. This prior subscription will be focused on helping you enhance your travel even more. Last but not least, we are going to have some additional card benefits that are small, but I'll still point out. They're going to include having multiple card holders, no foreign transaction fees, your miles will never expire. You're going to have a cell phone protection up to $800, multiple ways to redeem your miles, and we will talk more about those later. And finally, you can earn some referral bonuses for this credit card. Now that is going to cover us on our specific statement credits and our value packed inside of this credit card. And I hope that you're now starting to see that yes, there's that high annual fee of $395. However, if you do take advantage of this credit card and use it for those VIP travel experiences, that's just going to be wiped away, assuming you are going to be traveling anyway. I now want to take a look at our spending categories associated with the credit card. First thing that you should know, you can earn 10 times miles back on your rental cars and hotels purchased through Capital One, 5 times miles on your flights purchased through Capital One, and 2 times miles on every other purchase. And for a travel card, I really like they're giving you 10 times points. Some travel cards out there will just give you 5 times points back on some of those purchases. Also, being able to earn 2 times miles everywhere effectively makes this a 2% catch-all credit card, so that's another huge benefit of carrying it. But those are going to be the big details surrounding the credit card, but I do want to take a quick look at what Capital One offers as an ecosystem, especially focused on your travel. Now, Capital One definitely has one of the best systems for travel. If you take your points and you redeem it for straight cash back, that value is at around 1 cent per point. However, if you do use it with the transfer partners for travel, you can get that value up to around 1.8 to 1.9 cents per point. Included with this credit card, you're going to have access to the Capital One transfer partners. Capital One has 18 partners, 15 focus on airline travel, and 3 focus on our hotel travel. For our airline travel, 3 that really stick out here are British Airways, Emirates, and Virgin Atlantic. When it comes to the hotel partners, those are going to include Wyndham, Accor, and Choice Privileges. Now, the majority of our transfer partners are going to give us a 1-to-1 point transfer ratio. There are 2 partners that are going to give us a little bit less. Eva Air is going to give us 2 to 1.5 point ratio. And then on the other hand, Accor is going to give us a 2 to 1 point ratio. What this means is if I take, say, 2,000 Capital One miles and I transfer them out, I'm only going to get 1,000 Accor points, or with the Eva Air, 1.5 thousand. Even with that though, there's still a ton of value to be gained from this credit card. I personally don't love the Capital One partners as much as I do the other partners for, say, Chase or American Express. So if you aren't necessarily sold on these transfer partners, be sure to go check out some other partners with other ecosystems as well. But that is going to do it for the big points surrounding the credit card and everything that you should know whether you already carry it or are planning on applying in the near future. But in case you are not sold yet, I want to compare to 2 other credit cards out there that are very similar but might offer a little bit more depending on what you are looking for. The first card I want to compare to is going to be the Chase Sapphire Reserve credit card, and the second card is going to be the American Express Platinum credit card. Taking a look at these cards, we saw with the Venture X, we're going to have a $395 annual fee. Taking a look at the Chase Sapphire Reserve, that annual fee is going to be even more at $550. However, the highest annual fee that we are going to see is going to be with the American Express Platinum card. This card is going to have a hefty $695 annual fee. So right away, the Venture X is definitely the most affordable option. I know that $400 for a credit card is still pretty steep, but if you are an avid traveler and don't want to maybe spend $700 for a card, going with the Venture X is a great choice. Looking side by side at the statement credits and value packed inside of each credit card, the Venture X will offer us around $1,000 total value between those statement credits and partner benefits that we talked about earlier. The Chase Sapphire Reserve is going to give us $300 annual travel credit and around $1,000 of partner benefits for a grand total value of around $1,300 with that credit card. Our final card, the Amex Platinum, will give us the most value, which is expected for that high annual fee. This card is going to have over $1,500 worth of value for you to take advantage of. And if you're still not sold on which card to go with, another thing we should look at are the spending categories. I really like the Capital One Venture X spending categories. Those 10 times miles that you can earn on your rental cars and hotels with the 5 times miles on your flights, that's super great for travel, but also that 2 times miles you can earn everywhere else makes this a great catch-all card while also getting a lot for travel. Our Chase Sapphire Reserve is going to give us 10 times points on our hotels and rental cars purchased through Chase, 5 times points back on our flights purchased through Chase. You can earn 10 times points on your Chase purchased dining, 3 times points back on all other dining, as well as 3 times points back on all of our other travel purchases. And then our third card, the American Express Platinum card, is going to offer you 5 times points back on your hotels purchased through American Express, 5 times points back on your flights purchased through American Express, and 1 times points everywhere else. Another consideration we can look at are the transfer partners available to us. We saw with Capital One, we're going to have 18 at our disposal, 15 for those airlines, 3 for hotels. Chase is going to offer us 14 total partners, 14 airlines, 3 hotels. All of those are going to be at that 1-to-1 point ratio. Finally, American Express is going to give us the most partners. They're going to give us 21 total partners, 18 airlines, 3 for hotels. As I mentioned earlier, be sure to go check out the specifics on the actual partners for other systems out there. I personally like the Chase and Amex ones better than the Capital One. However, if the Capital One partners do fit you pretty well, there's no need to go look elsewhere. And just a final note for our point value for all the cash back you will be earning with Chase and American Express, that value can get around 2 cents per point on average when you do use their transfer partners for travel. Capital One is slightly behind at around 1.8 cents per point. Those values are always going up and down depending on the time of the year, but typically Chase and Amex will offer you a little bit more in that realm. And the final note, just to give a nod to the Chase Sapphire Reserve, every point that you have in the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, if you use it for travel on the Chase Sapphire Reserve credit card, you can get an additional 50% cash back for that purchase. So let's say I had 100,000 Chase points, that will then turn into 150,000 Chase points right away for an additional $500. I will have in-depth videos on both other cards, so be sure to check those out in the description if they are of interest to you. But as a whole, I do not think you can go wrong adding the Capital One Venture X card to your lineup. It certainly has a high annual fee, however, as we saw compared to others, it's truly not that bad for what you are getting. There's a ton of value with those statement credits and partner benefits and value. You have great spending categories, a great ecosystem and transfer partners, and there's so much there inside of this credit card. I don't think you can go wrong getting it. But if you are interested in any other credit card tips, tricks, or reviews, be sure to go check out the channel. And if you guys could go hit like and subscribe, it really goes a long way in helping me grow the channel so I can continue to put out more content for you all to help with your own credit card journeys. I greatly appreciate you all watching this long. I'll see you in the next video.